Welcome back to 3 simple steps to vitality. We are on step number 2, and that is flood your body with nutrition. Now, I'm going to do this one in 2 parts as well. So in this first part, I'm going to talk about nutrition, what it is, why it's important. Probably figure that one out. I'm going to share a few things about it. And I'm going to give you the first 4 steps that you want to make sure that you are taking for yourself. In part 2, I'm going to add 5 more steps. So if you're ready, let's talk nutrition. Now, of course, you know what nutrition is. It's eating a well-balanced diet. And nutrition is the fuel for our body. The other reason we really want to be working on our nutrition and getting as well-balanced a diet as we can and making sure our body is being flooded with nutrition is it can help us avoid some of the lifestyle diseases that are out there, like diabetes, heart disease, certain types of cancers. These things can be avoided to a certain extent by really taking care of ourselves and our diet, because they're caused by the body not functioning well. And if we give our body all the nutrients it needs, it gives the body the best tools possible to function really well. Kind of makes sense, right? And now that we've gotten rid of toxins, or as many as we can in the body, now we want to put lots of nutrients into the body. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about food and some special foods here, but I will be focusing on supplementation because that is what we need. I'm telling you, we cannot eat enough calories in today's day and age in order to get all of our nutrients, because our food just doesn't have the same nutrient-rich quality it once had. Broccoli does not have the same number of nutrients nowadays than it did for our grandparents. And that's because our soil is depleted. And that's where fruits, vegetables, grains pull their nutrients from the soil in order to have a really rich, nutrient, strong fruit from it, right? We don't have that anymore. And because of that, we just can't get enough of our nutrients from our food. Now, add to that the fact that I don't know about you, but I don't think my diet is as balanced as it could be. I don't do as good a job as I know I should, and I'm educated around it, and I still don't. I think it's very hard to keep that well-balanced diet going every day, all day long. So we need supplementation. Now, here's the challenge with supplementation. For most supplements, they aren't actually bioavailable. And what that means is your body isn't able to use them or use them fully. So essentially what you're giving yourself is the expensive pee. You know what I'm saying? You take it, it goes through the system and right out the bottom. So what we can usually hope for, the best we can hope for with really expensive supplements is around 33 to 36% absorption rate. The rest, you flush. What Young Living has done that's incredibly unique is they've added essential oils into their supplements, and it's increased the absorption rate up to 86%. Can you imagine from 33 to 86? It's amazing. I mean, look at that. Do the math. And that's only assuming you have the most expensive supplements in the first place. Even if you take the supplements every other day or every third day, you're still getting more into your body than you were with the less expensive supplementation, the cheaper stuff, right? Think about it. Now, the other thing that Young Living has done is well, actually, there's a couple of things. First of all, they find the best format of like a vitamin B or vitamin C or whatever. They pull it from the best source for the body to absorb it well, because there are different sources of each of those, and some absorb well with the body and some don't. They also combine synergistic elements together. So these are the things that help the body, like it works well with this in order for the body to use it better. The final thing they do is they put it in the right kind of caplet or capsule so that it dissolves in the right place in the body. Another thing I hadn't thought about, if something dissolves in the stomach, but it needs to be absorbed in the small intestine, it's never going to be absorbed, right? We want the body to take in these nutrients. So that's something to think about with your own supplements. Now, I will add to it that a lot of supplements also have filler in them. Years ago, this was a long time ago, and I don't even know if this brand is still on the market, but I had a multi and I learned that they actually filled it with sawdust. There was a filler of sawdust in my multi. I don't even know why they would do that. Okay, so now let's talk about 4 suggestions for all over goodness. This is just like balancing your body out in general, okay? Now, I am taking a well-balanced diet off the plate. Like that, can we just assume that well-balanced diet is the first thing? You're eating a rainbow of fruits and vegetables, you're getting enough protein, you're getting the right fats. We're not going down that road. We're going to talk about supplementation and a couple of other things, okay? So, number one, the most important thing I recommend making sure you're getting into your body, especially now, are antioxidants. And the form I like to get it in is in Ningxia Red, okay? So let me talk about what antioxidants are, and then I'm going to talk about why Ningxia Red is so special. Antioxidants eat free radicals. Free radicals are basically the byproduct of living. They're the exhaust from our system. We all have them, and it's just part of living. The problem with free radicals is they wreak havoc on the communication system in your body. So your body needs to communicate with all the different parts, need to communicate with the different parts, right? Well, free radicals lodge in these communication ports so that the right message can't get through. So the wrong message is getting through. And sometimes that wrong message creates a cancer cell, or it mucks up an artery, or it throws off the pancreas and can lead to diabetes. You see, I mean, it takes a lot for that to happen, but that's what antioxidants do. They wreak havoc in the body. That's what free radicals do. I'm not sure if I said antioxidants. That's what free radicals do. Now, add to it the fact that you get more free radicals if you're exposed to toxins, if you're eating processed foods, and if you're experiencing stress. Experiencing any of those right now, right? Totally. And can you see the different steps that we're going through and why we're going through them? We want to limit the production of free radicals in our body. As we get older, we tend to get more as well. So what do antioxidants do? They're basically like Pac-Man. And they eat the free radicals. Now, there's lots of things that have antioxidants in our life. Thank goodness. Red wine, good chocolate, lots of berries have antioxidants. But Ningxia Red, the drink, is off the charts with antioxidants. The base is a goji berry, okay? Goji berries are huge antioxidants, have huge antioxidant properties. Like, I think perhaps even the highest on the planet per calorie. Huge. This is why I recommend Ningxia Red as my number one suggestion. If you're not doing it yet, this is where you want to go. This is going to support every single system of the body. It's going to support communication in the body. It's going to support longevity. It's going to support brain health. Free radicals can also cause foggy brain, fatigue. They can also cause recovery from exercise to take longer. I've heard people talk about reducing their recovery rate in half with Ningxia Red. It's amazing, right? It's just a phenomenal, phenomenal drink. Okay, next. I knew I was going to say a lot about that one. It's hard not to. The second thing you want to do is find a really good multivitamin. Okay, get something that's well-rounded, lots of good stuff. I definitely recommend Young Living's Master Formula. This is my favorite one by far. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. I don't want to go into it too deeply. I think it's beyond the scope of our class today. We can talk about it in another recording. But if you can see, it actually comes in 4 caplets, 2 in 3 different casings. So 2 are the same, and then the other 2 are different. And the reason for that is they put the synergistic things together, and they're actually things that work contrary to each other. They contradict each other. They keep them apart. I didn't even know that about a vitamin. That's so interesting, but it makes sense, right? And the different capsules allow it to dissolve in the right place in your digestive tract. It's amazing. It's also a whole food supplement. I won't go into why that's great. Just know that it comes from really great sources, food sources. It's like they pull it out of a food rather than making it in a lab. It's just a phenomenal supplement. And I will say that I've taken multis for 35 years, and I've never had a multivitamin where I felt a difference. I took them because I knew I needed them, but I didn't really feel a difference in my body. I do with that. I feel more energy, I feel more awake, and it's good stuff. Okay, antioxidants / Nature Red, multivitamin / master formula. Number 3 is a really good water. Okay, you want to find a safe source for your water, and there's lots out there. You're going to want to Google it. I don't really feel like there's a super perfect answer to water. You just don't want to be drinking tap water. Tap water has a lot of issues with it for sure. So be really careful. If you have well water, have it tested. Make sure you're drinking a safe water, and make sure you're drinking enough. So general rule of thumb is half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 120 pounds, you drink 60 ounces. Now, that is a rule of thumb. That doesn't mean it's law. So what I always recommend is work your way up to that at least, okay? Give yourself time. If you don't drink anywhere near that, then work yourself up. And you can drink up to, depending on what kind of activity you have, up to a gallon a day. But you also can drink too much, so you want to be careful. It dilutes too much of the digestive juices, and it can muck up the body. So be aware of your body and go from there. But a good starting point is half your body weight, and just give yourself time, a good couple of weeks to build yourself up. Do it for a couple of weeks, see how you feel. And if you still feel like you're swimming on the inside, then maybe you can cut back a little bit. But it takes a while to build the body up to enough water. And it also takes a while to feel like you need it. People say, well, I'm not thirsty. That doesn't matter. That's not an indicator of needing water, of dehydration. Okay. When you feel thirsty, you've already gone too far, way too far. Now, here's the thing with water. We are up to 90% water, like 75 to 90% water. When we're dehydrated, do you see? Like nothing can function well. Your energy is affected. Your focus is affected. Every system of the body is going to be affected somehow, some way. Your body has to work harder to do the basics. So you want to get yourself hydrated. It's going to help you stay healthy. Okay. Number 4, our last one. Okay. This is eat as organically as you can. Here's the thing with eating organically. What they found is organic foods tend to have more nutrients, so that's good. And of course, doesn't have the toxins, which is really good. Now, that said, I still wash my fruit and vegetables, in my organic ones, in Thieves Fruit and Veggie Wash, just to make sure, because we still find pesticides on organic fruits and vegetables because it's in our air. Fewer, significantly fewer, of course, but it's still on there. So you're getting more nutrients and fewer toxins. It's a win-win. Now, there's produce out there where you don't need to buy organic because they're not really sprayed, or they're not sprayed by anything very dangerous. And then there are ones that you definitely need to, or literally it's either organic or not at all. And you can Google, and I'm going to add the link below if you're watching this on video. You can Google the Dirty Dozen. And just Google Dirty Dozen and Dirty Dozen produce list, and it's going to pop up. And it's the 12 fruits and vegetables that are highly sprayed that you want to be really careful around. Definitely organic or not at all. And then there's also the Clean 15. And these are the ones where you don't need to spend the money. You don't need to purchase organic. They might be sprayed, but lightly, and wash it really well. And I would do organic if you can afford it with everything. But if you can't, then you can pick and choose and be really judicious that way. Now for meats, I use a service called ButcherBox. I love it. I will add the link. It is fantastic. It is a subscription meat service that has clean meat, and you don't have to get it. You can get it as often as you want. It's fantastic. I order every 4 to 6 months. It lasts us a very, very long time. And it's fantastic. And it's only because we don't eat that much. So if you're worried you're not going to be able to fit it in your freezer, there's not that much. It's just that we don't eat a whole lot of meat. So eating clean. So as clean as you can to get more nutrients and get fewer toxins. It's a win-win. All right. So quick review. Antioxidant / Nature Red, multivitamin / master formula, good clean water, maybe add some vitality oils into it, and eating as cleanly as you can. All right, your homework is to either Google clean water sources or find your dirty dozen and clean 15 list. All right, get yourself started, take that next step. And when you're ready, I'll see you on part 2.